Good morning, students. Let us continue our lesson, Spread of Christianity. In our last class, we almost studied about the topic Spread of Christianity, how it was spread there in Europe and all. Now, remember, it's a new event. It was happened in the world in the 11th century, that is known as the Crusades. The Crusades. Actually, these crusades are otherwise known as holy wars. Remember, it is otherwise known as holy wars or military expedition that was organized in the 11th century between the Western Christians and in the Muslim wars. It was known as in response to Muslim wars. That is, war means battles. That is known as actually the crusades. Actually, this is during this period another thing was happened, that was we already studied, that related as the Byzantine Empire. We studied that the Turks they were attacked the Constantinople, especially the Byzantine Empire, and conquered most of the areas except Greece and Asia Minor. Except these two places, all other places were attacked and conquered by the Turks. Remember, Turks attacked the Byzantine Empire. And they also captured Jerusalem, which was a part of the Holy Land of the Christians. They also captured Jerusalem. It was the Holy Land of the Christians. We already studied in the first lesson. And the Byzantine emperor during that time, Alexius asked Pope. During that time, Pope was Urban II. He asked help to the Pope. And the Pope asked all the Christians to participate in the holy wars and promised that those who would join the noble war, they told that it was a holy war or noble war. If those who are participated or attended in this war, Pope told they all were free from their sins. They are free from their sins. It was actually told by Pope. So believers, Christian believers, act strongly and very deeply believe these words of Pope. The main objectives of the crusades or this holy wars are, it was check to the spread of Islam, religion Islam, and to make control of the Holy Land Jerusalem, and also to spread the Christianity. It helped to spread the Christianity. Also the recapture former Christian territories. Some of the Christian territories recaptured. So the crusades initially were a success and founded a Christian state in Palestine and Syria. Listen, Palestine and Syria. But continued growth of Islamic states ultimately led to the failure of the crusades. It was not a success. First initial stage only it was a success, but the continuous growth of Islamic religion, the religion Islam and its states were continuously increased, and it was led to the failure of the crusades. But they could not drive the Turks out of the Holy Land also. Already they captured Byzantine Empire, no? They could not recapture this place, and the Holy Wars brought about important changes during the medieval period. In our last or first lesson, last class we studied about the changes that happened in the medieval period, and what was medieval period and what was known as medieval age, and what we studied. And greatest changes was happened, that are known as consequences or after effects of the crusades. Listen that one. The crusades brought the people of Europe into contact with the civilizations of the Greeks and the Muslims. They widened their outlook on their life, paved the way for a new concept that is known as Renaissance. Remember students, again next year we will start with the same content, Renaissance. What is Renaissance? And also remember, wherever we are ending the world history related as the spread of Christianity, next year we will continue this topic along with the world history. So remember the concept of Renaissance. It was a great change happened during the end of the medieval period because of this crusades, one of the objective of the crusades. And next after effect or consequence it was, the crusades encouraged trade and commerce in 12th and 13th centuries between eastern and western countries. They trade between eastern and western countries widened. This contributed to the wealth and prosperity of the Europe. Europeans who patronized artists and scholars. The greatest change was happened, and these countries, Western countries and Eastern countries, connected and contact in between each other on the basis of trade and commerce. And next consequence is known as growth of trade led to the emergence of new towns and cities. It was emerged. People in these cities paid taxes to the rulers and offered military services. In return, they demanded better conditions of law and order. This led to the decline of feudalism and increase in the power of the kings. You know, feudalism was a social condition. It was existed there in Europe. It was ended up. It was feudalism means we studied that last year 6th standard in our Vedic civilization. Our society was divided into 4 different groups like as Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Like that way, segregation and discrimination was here. Like that way in Europe during this time, feudalism means it was the social status. It was one of the existing social status during the end of the medieval period were existed in Europe. The society separated into different higher class or upper class, middle class, lower class, slaves, like that way. So it was ended up because of this crusades. So these changes was happened because of the holy wars between the Western Christians in response to the Muslims, that is known as crusades. So just a small topic we studied, that what is crusades and when it was happened and in between whom and whom. Also what was happened in between the crusades, it was Turks attacked Byzantine Empire. Also they captured Jerusalem, and what was the objectives of these holy wars, also its consequences. Okay students, listen, please read, watch the video very carefully, then you can read the textbook. I know that this is a new topic, and many I think all one have different types of confusions and doubts are there after reading the text. Okay, don't worry, we can meet in our next live session, and whatever your doubts I will clear in our live session itself. Okay, anyway, watch the videos carefully, read the textbook. Okay, thank you.